Marketer of the Day, episode 457. Why most membership sites fail, and how to create the passive income money site of your dreams. Hey everyone, what is the latest? How is it going? It is your good friend Robert Plank, and I'm here to talk to you about membership sites for your online business. I don't care what niche you're in, if you're in the health niche, or if you're in the real estate niche, if you're in the weight loss niche, or if you're in the real estate niche, the drone niche, internet marketing, there is room for you with a membership site as long as you remember to get out of your own way, not make it complicated, and do it quickly so that way you have fun and you see some massive results and some huge success. So I'm Robert Plank and I am an expert in membership sites. I have a website, a course at membershipcube.com. That's membershipcube.com. It's been in place for almost 10 years. We charge $997 to give you personally all the training and the tools you need to create your own membership site, and do it on your own regular web host and do it on a WordPress site so that way it can be done quickly. I show you what to click and what to do to get it in place, and then once it's set up, you get it done quickly, but you can always expand. You're never locked into any kind of weird platform. So that's membershipcube.com. We'll hook you up with Wishlist Member itself, with our landing page plugin, with our drip content plugin, and we'll show you how to get everything in place as early as tonight. That's right, tonight, within the next couple of hours, within the next couple of minutes, if you're fast, you can have a site set up, and it won't be pretty and it won't be big, but it'll be a site where someone can click a button and pay you money. Because isn't that what it's all about? It's not about biting off more than you can chew or adding some kind of a chore to your everyday life. Because a lot of people, when they hear about membership site, what do they think about? They think about monthly passive income. They think that the only possible way to make money with a membership site is to charge $10 a month, and they're not really sure what is going to be offered for $10 a month. They just know that they're going to pile in a ton of videos, they're going to do a lot of interviews, and that they're going to write a lot of articles, and they're going to give a lot of tips. And it sounds like a huge waste of time, doesn't it? If I say, hey, join my monthly membership site for realtors, and we're going to talk about how to buy a home and rent it, and how to flip a home, and how to do real estate brokering, but it's never going to end. You're going to join and you'll see a bunch of stuff, and if you wait around, you'll see some more stuff, and if you wait even longer, you'll pay me even more money for even more stuff. So do you kind of see the problem here? Is I understand what the dream is, what the pipe dream is. The idea is someone says, I want to make $20,000 a month. I'll be totally happy if I make $20,000 a month. So all I need is just 2,000 people at $10 a month. And they try to work backwards from the prices, which is a really goofy way of doing it. So what should you do instead? Well, what you should do is look at people who are already successful or who appear to have successful membership sites out there, and then reverse engineer what it is that they do. And look maybe on their Facebook page, and you can actually see these days with Facebook how to see what ads a particular marketer is running. So you can see what kind of angles they're going for, what sort of freebies they're going for, and maybe you can click on find one of their ads, click over to one of their landing pages, sign up, see maybe what the webinar is. Maybe like their freebie might be like a free report, and then after the free report, they send you to a webinar, and then the webinar maybe sells a membership site. And once you can figure out what that paid offer is, what that thing is that they're selling you, then you can look and see what you can do for something similar. And what you're going to find a lot of is that a lot of people out there are selling, sure, those monthly membership sites, but even more people are selling courses. And I think that when you think of membership site, you should instead think of course. Unlike a lot of people who think of a membership site as a never-ending stream of tips, a membership site should be, for you right now, in this month, in this week, in this moment, a course. Maybe in 6 months or maybe next year, you can choose to make a membership site this never-ending cycle of hell, I guess. But for now, a membership site is just a course. So what's a course? Well, a course is, you say, well, someone out there has a problem. They have something missing in their life. They need help losing weight. They need help creating their website. They need help building a following on YouTube. They have this need, they have this problem. And then you have a website that says, hey, I'm going to solve your problem. And here's what your problem is, and here's what the solution is. And now here's a button to click and buy. Just that simple. And then you say, well, my solution for you is this $10 course, is this $100 course where you'll click and pay money. And then after you pay money, you fill in the username and password that you want to create, and that will allow you to always get back and log back into that course and pick up wherever you left off. But it's one payment, one problem, one solution, and that's it. And that will get you your very first membership site, because guess what? A membership site just means it's a site where someone can be a member. And that means that someone comes with that problem, they see that sales letter, they click that button, they pay you that one-time payment, and then they get access to this private members area with maybe just a couple of videos and things like that that you've provided to them. They just paid the one time, they get access to the one thing. And then here's what's great about a membership site is that a lot of people don't realize, or maybe it's common sense, but they haven't thought this through, that you can create the bare bones basic first version of your membership site, right? Maybe you're not even happy with it, but at least you finished it. At least you recorded 4 or 5 videos, put them online, and you say, you know what? I could always make things better. I could always think about extra things I would have said, or maybe my lighting could have been better or something, but at least I got to some kind of an end point with that site, and now there's something where someone can click and pay money and buy. And you know what? I might be thinking about my own insecurities, imperfections, but as long as I got the job done, then who cares? Who am I really being a perfectionist for? Just myself, not everyone else. So a lot of people don't realize that you can create this membership site and then later on just go back and edit the membership site that you already created. And everyone out there who has already previously bought and logged into your membership site, they now see version 2.0 inside your members area, right? Maybe you added in a couple of extra bonuses you thought about later. Now, instead of having to look and see who bought from you and send out all these copies, you just update that one membership site, and then you click and send one email and you broadcast it to all of the members in your membership site. And guess what? Let's say someone pays that $100 for that course on how to race their drones. They get access into your membership site. And let's say after 20 days, they refund. Well, if they refund, if they take their money back from you, then they can no longer log into that site to get that drone racing training, right? So they pay you $100, and if they refund, then they're out. But let's say they pay you $100 and they come back 2, 3, 4 months later, their account is still active. There are no further payments. They can just come back and get the thing that they clicked and they bought. And so here's the reason why I'm really pushing single payment, one-time membership sites for you, because it gets you started. Because a heck of a lot of people out there, I'm not necessarily saying this is you, but a lot of people out there, they're at say point A, and they have the idea for their membership site or their website in general, and then a monthly forever with a ton of bonuses membership site is all the way over here. It's on the other side of the Grand Canyon, and they need some stepping stones, right, to mix my metaphors here. So you want a membership site. Well, the way to actually make it doable, to make it realistic, to make it practical, is to create that one-time single payment site as your first membership site instead of something that's super crazy and might take you years and years. Now, why? Well, a bunch of reasons. Reason number one is that your audience, your list, your customers, your subscribers are going to vote with their wallets for you. So that means that you might have the latest and greatest, craziest idea that has you so excited, has you telling all your friends about it, and maybe even some of your marketing friends say, yeah, I'm so excited, where can I buy that? Go ahead and create it. But you might create it, and the traffic that you have, the list that you have, the people seeing your offer out there in Facebook land, out there in internet land, they might not want it. So just because you love the idea, you love the concept, you love this idea for this course, this membership site that goes on forever, just because you love the idea doesn't mean that when you put it out there, everyone else is going to love that idea. So the better strategy here is to, if you have that idea, make it small. Start small. Create a small course that solves one single problem, and you put it out there. And if that takes off, if that sells a lot, then that is your encouragement to expand it and create the bigger course that you were thinking about making. But let's say you have an idea for idea number one, and you want to make a course with this thing about drone racing, and you put it out there, and you send some traffic, you get some people looking at it, but it doesn't sell as much as you wanted it to. Well, then now you didn't waste a year of your life on it, right? Then maybe you create idea for a course or a site number two, and you put it out there, and it just sells okay, but you're still not happy. But then idea number three just flies off the shelves. It sells like hotcakes, and you say, aha, now idea number three is going to be the thing I expand out into a bigger, more high-ticket membership site with maybe upsells and bonuses and extra things. And at least that way, you didn't waste 2 years of your life getting to idea number three. So it makes sense, I hope so. And here's what you can do is once you make a membership site, now you have some options, okay? So I don't know if maybe you've never sold a digital product before. Maybe you sold one on Kindle or Udemy, or maybe you use just a regular download page. But here's what's pretty cool is when you sell membership access with a single one-time payment. Someone pays you one single payment, they get access to your videos, your course, things like that. You can add these bonuses, you can create a grid, a table, a dashboard, and make things look super fancy. But then, let's say that it sells really well, and you started it off at $100, and you say, all right, now I'm gonna increase the price to $200, $300, $400, $500, okay? So now you have this course where someone can pay $500 and get access to the whole thing. But then you might say, well, it's $500 or it's 5 payments of $99 spaced a month apart. So then now you kind of have this monthly recurring income stream that you wanted in the first place, right? A lot of people out there, they say, well, I just want to have that monthly money coming in every month, right? I want the mailbox money. I want the passive income. I want to go to my mailbox and just have these checks coming in for doing nothing. And that's a good idea, except for at the same time, those same people, they always repeat this statistic, and at this point, no one even knows where it's from. The statistic that your average member is only going to stay in for 3 months. So then it's like there's this disconnect, right? People want to just set it and forget it. They want to load up all these subscribers on their site and then say, great, now I've got my tribe. Now everyone's paying me again and again. But then they also know about this thing called attrition. They know that people are going to drop off. And then sometimes the answer is they say, well, just make it such a small amount of money on their credit card that they're not going to notice. They're not going to bother to cancel. They say, well, when someone pays you money for something, just go and hide. So that way they won't know what they bought, and they'll take longer to refund it. It sounds really scammy to me. I don't know about you, but I like this idea of create a small, low, mid-ticket, single payment site, and then you increase the price as you make this course better. And then once the price is pretty high ticket, then you can chop up the payments. And then that way, if someone wants to pay for your course up front, they can. If someone wants to pay for your course a little bit now and have the payment stripped out, they can. And then you can experiment. You can try different things and say, well, maybe if they pay all at once, they get the whole course. But then if they pay in installments, maybe I drip it out. Or heck, I'm just going to keep it simple and say, let's say if they buy my course on YouTube traffic for $500, cool, you got the whole thing. Maybe they buy my course on YouTube traffic for $100 now, $100 in a month, $100 in the month, all that. And they still get it all up front. Maybe I'll add in some tools and resources and some extra one-on-one calls or something like that, where they won't cancel, they won't drop out. Because the real problem, at least for me, the real problem with creating one of these monthly forever sites is that I think when people ask for a monthly forever site, they say, oh, because this happened maybe 10, 12 years ago. People said, hey, Robert Plank, you have all these plugins, you have all these courses. Can't you just put them all in one single site? And I want to join it all for, say, $10, $20 a month. And I kept hearing this request over and over again. And to be honest, what it felt like was a lot of people saying, I can't afford this for $200. I can't afford that for $200. can I just spend $10 and then quickly download everything you have in that 1 month and then I'll cancel? So a lot of times when people ask for every single course that you have, I'd be really cautious of people asking you about that sort of thing, because many times when they say, I want to buy everything that you have, they mean they want it all at a discount. They want to get it all for a small amount of money. And when someone asks you that question, it sounds like they don't really know what they want, right? It's like they're just kind of buying you. They're just buying, well, you have all this great stuff and I just want to get at it. And I'm thinking, well, what about those customers that have a real pressing need, who really want some results right now? They really want that YouTube traffic right now. They really want those weight loss results right now. And so am I thinking in here? So let's say that I don't know anything about weight loss, but let's say that you had your weight loss membership site and you made a big long sales letter saying, oh yeah, you get all these tips, you get all this stuff. Month 1, you get this. Month 2, you get that. Month 3, you get that. Here's the problem, is that, well, let's say I want to join and I say, ooh, that thing on month 3, I really want that. That sounds really juicy. But the problem is now I have to pay you money. I have to wait around to get all this other stuff that I didn't want in the first place. And then when I get to month 3, now I'm actually getting the thing that I want. So you just see how there's like a little bit of a disconnect there? Or here's another problem here, is if I say, all right, well, I'm going to do this monthly site, but I don't know what's going to be in it. You join, you tell me. So then I'm thinking, well, on month 4, what are you going to have? On month 5, what are you going to have? Again, I'm now buying the offer you have here, sight unseen. I'm buying it just based on you and your name recognition as a marketer. And that's sort of a weird way to make money, right? Just based on your name and not based on what it is that you're selling. And it'll work. You'll still make sales of that, but the problem is you're only going to make, if you make a membership site that says it's monthly forever, just trust me, it's Robert Plank, you're going to have every course that I have and I'll create new stuff, you're going to get your biggest fans to join that. And that's good. You should be monetizing your biggest fanatics, people who will show up to whatever it is that you have to say, and they'll buy it and they'll check it out and they'll trust you to get results from it. But that's going to be a really, really small percentage of even your existing list, right? That's going to be like the top 1, 2, 3% of your list is only going to buy that monthly site. And this is what happens to a lot of people. They have a list of, say, 10,000 subscribers. They create one of these monthly, $50 a month, $20 a month membership sites, and they market the heck out of it again and again, and they get 50 people in there, right? Maybe even a little less as time goes on. And they say, no matter what I do, I can't get more than 50 people in this monthly site. And that's because you're only appealing to that top tier, that top percentage of your subscribers. And if someone doesn't know anything about you, then forget it. They're not going to join a monthly membership site just based on the name recognition of someone that they don't even know, right? But that could be, and that should be probably membership number 3 or membership site number 4 for you down the road, but you shouldn't start there, because if you start with that monthly forever membership site, you're going to put in a lot of work. It's going to be a lot of work to create it, maintain it, market it. You're going to drive yourself crazy figuring out the sales letter. You're going to feel really bad when people drop off, and you're going to basically set yourself up for failure, because after all, these same people who tell you to build your own tribe and have that group of people paying you again and again, they admit that people are going to drop off after 3 months. So my thinking is, if someone's going to drop off my $10 a month membership site after 3 months, I'm only going to get $30 out of them anyway. So why not actually create a course that actually solves a real problem, charge $100, $200, $300 for it, and that way someone with a pressing need finds it and they say, oh, you know what? I want to buy a real estate property, but I don't know what to do. Now they buy your course. Now they get access to your videos. Now they get some results out of that. Then they buy product number 2. Or then maybe after that, they buy your monthly forever site. But your first site shouldn't be your monthly forever site. I mean, you should create a monthly forever site if you're bored, if you're already completely satisfied with the recurring money you're making from your membership site, because it's it's one of the last membership sites that you can create, a better use of your time. All that time you were going to use to recruit new members in your monthly site, to crank out more and more tips and content, why not put those few hours into creating a new course, into solving a new problem, and then go ahead and market that? And you know what? I've made a couple of sites that have this all-in-one stuff in there, and one of them we deliberately sold it after 2 months. We created it. We created months and months of content to get all dripped out later on, and then we found a buyer for it early on, and we sold it for $32,000 after 2 months with only 50 paying members in there, and that person already had a list, already had a membership site, and he took our paying members and kind of absorbed them into his membership site. He took our existing content and absorbed it into his membership site. And I have another site called Double Agent Marketing. We've had that one for 8 years, and there are literally people who joined 8 years ago and have been paying $50 a month every single month for 8 years. So that is easy money, but those people in that membership site are the top tier, are the top 1 or 2 or 3% of our list who will pretty much buy anything we want. So we're delivering value, answering their questions, but not everyone on your list is going to be ready or willing to get that kind of one-on-one help, to trust you to have that reverse content. So here are the reasons why people don't really have membership sites out there. Number one, they're too confused about the technology. They don't know what price to charge. They say, what's going to be the cost if I buy all this stuff and all these software tools? I'm going to have to put all the pieces together. And here's my answer. Is first of all, we have this membership cube site where you can run it all on your own site. You set up WordPress, wishlist member, and then you click around and add your content. And see, the problem is there are a lot of membership platforms out there, and I definitely haven't used them all, but when I do use them, there are always limitations. They make it sound so easy. They say, we'll host your site for you, we'll do everything for you. And I used one of these, and then what happened was they wouldn't host files. So they said, we'll host your site for you, and you can put videos on there, but to do a video, put it on YouTube. And I'm thinking, okay, I guess. Then they say, well, if you want to give away a PDF document, put it on Amazon. And I'm thinking, I guess, but now I thought the point was it was all in one. Or some of these membership platforms, they don't allow you to create a landing page to then sell your membership site platform. So there are always these different limitations. I mean, one of these membership site platforms, I wanted to create a redirect, right? So redirect might be like robertplank.com/book or something. So I wanted to have one part of my site go offsite, and I couldn't. It took me an hour to figure it out, and I still couldn't do it. So there are always limitations. That's why we like you to use WordPress, because you know what you're getting. And if you're completely overwhelmed, confused about what your offer should be, what we are to advertise, what your price should be, then watch what your competitors doing. Look at what your successful competitors doing and see where they seem to be doing really well. See what their language is, their keywords, their marketing, who they seem to be talking to, and then look at what they seem to be missing or how you can do an even better job. And heck, you doing a better job might just mean that you do things a little bit simpler. So that's the way to get out of that overwhelm part of it. There is find other people who are already doing what you want to do, who already have successful membership sites that they're advertising, and do your best to not copy, but reverse engineer and take a look at what seems to be working and then follow that path somewhat. All right, so the next reason why people fail with membership sites is they're unsure about what they're creating. Because, I mean, if I told myself that I had to create 8 hours of video per month and I had to put all this monthly content and drip it all out, heck, I'd give up. So you need to avoid this thing called scope creep, which means that you think you're making a little website and you get an idea and you get an idea and the ideas for the site get bigger and bigger until the next thing you know, you've hired 10 full-time employees, you've got 20 virtual assistants, you're promising 30 bonuses, and you don't even know what the heck you were supposed to create. So what you need to do is get fast with it. So, reason number two people fail with membership sites is they're unsure about what they're creating. The answer is to keep it simple and avoid scope creep. And this even leads us to reason number three is that a heck of a lot of people out there are too slow to set this up and they make it too complicated. So maybe you've heard the term money loves speed, but I'm telling you, if you create that single payment membership site first, doesn't that get you one step closer to where you want to go? Even if you said, all right, well, I really, in the back of my mind, I really want to make this monthly site, but I guess I'll listen to this Robert Plant guy for just this week or for next week. And for now, I'll get everything in place. All right. I'll make the sales letter. I'll make the website. I'll put the downloads in there. I'll put the payment button on there. I'll even market to Facebook and my list a little bit, but I'll make it one single payment. Why? Well, because let's say you get a handful of members paying you. That's more money than that you're getting this week than you would have got if you spent the next 3 years making all this monthly stuff. So, and if you say, well, this is selling way too good, I want to change it so that maybe everyone who bought right now, they get just what they paid for, but now I want to change it, and if people are coming in and it's flying off the shelves, I'm going to make everyone who comes in after these people paying monthly. And maybe even the people who pay monthly first, maybe they're grandfathered in, maybe they don't get the new stuff, I don't know. But when you make a membership site, you have options. So I hope this is making sense so far. I know I'm throwing out a lot of different kind of technical terms and things like that, but you can always change things later. Now, what's the difference between a site that charges $10 a month or that charges $100? Well, just the button, right? What's the difference between if you go to a web page and you scroll down and the button says join now for access $997 versus you scroll down to a website, click now for access $97. The difference is just that payment button. Is someone made a button and they typed in I'll charge $997. And this other button they made, they said, I'll charge $97. That's it. So to change your price, to change from single payment to recurring, just change the button. So here's what I have to say. I know we're kind of being downers a little bit, talking about reasons people don't have membership sites, but here's what I want to tell you. Again, my site is membershipcube.com. Here's what I have to say to get you going. Write this down, 30 days, all right? So the question that I have for you is, if someone clicks and joins your membership site, what do they get in the first 30 days? All right. Now, question number two is, what do they get in 7 days? And then question number three is, what do they get right then and there that night? No waiting, no, here's the first week, but here's what you get right now where you can actually make some progress here. Here's how you can buy that house to rent later. And then in the next module of my membership site, we'll talk about renting it out. But what can you give someone and what that will give them some huge results in 30 days? And this first clicked with me when I was at an event years ago and I was talking to some guy who had an idea for a membership site that taught computer skills. He said, maybe you're 50, 60 years old and you see that every single job out there requires Microsoft Excel and PowerPoint and all these different tools, and you're stuck. And so I'll teach you Excel and PowerPoint and Word. So that way, if you're changing careers or looking to get a raise or starting your own business or whatever, you have these skills. And I thought, that's a great idea. But if I join your site, what do I get in the first 30 days? And this person didn't have much of an answer. And this person said, well, maybe you'll have some knowledge, you'll have these facts and figures. And I'm thinking, if you're targeting people who are older in the workforce and they need to get these skills in order to get paid more, then maybe you can add a module or add this emphasis on, here's some extra job hunting skills. Or maybe you have a virtual assistant and you say, once you buy this course, then I'll have my virtual assistant meet with you and juice up your LinkedIn profile. Or I'll have my virtual assistant meet with you and talk about your career goals or do a mock interview. But he wasn't focused on okay, if someone's coming to you with this real desperate need, what do they get from you after 30 days? So that way they don't have to wait around for months and months. Like I saw a sales letter once for a monthly membership site that had all these interviews from different, like, legendary copywriters, so to speak. But I clicked off the whole browser window in complete disgust when I saw that this course about how to be a world-class copywriter, make sales letters, offers, things like that, said by the end of the second month, you'll have a start on creating your own sales letter. I'm like, so I have to wait, I have to pay you money, I have to wait 2 months, and then it's the end of month 2, plus I've just got an idea, I haven't really started. I know what they were going for. They were saying, oh, this copywriter who's been around for 50 years tells you how to make an offer. Yeah, but you're not showing me anything. You're not helping me out. If anything, you're making things harder on me because you're giving me more ideas, more tips, but you're not actually putting on screen what I need to do. So, what can people get from you in the first 30 days? And this doesn't even mean you have to drip content. You just say single payment for now. You get it all. You get all these training, this video up front, but what the heck is it leading to? Something at the end of 30 days. Tip number 2, I alluded to this earlier, create lots of little offers. So sometimes people out there they're content creators. And what does that mean? Well, maybe they're bloggers, maybe they go on YouTube and post videos, but then you know what you see from a lot of people like this? You go to their YouTube channel and they've got hundreds of videos, more videos than even I have. And there'll be a video that says no views, no views, no views, 1 view, 2 views. So they're cranking out stuff, but not even one person seeing it. Or maybe they're seeing it just to make sure the video is online, which is a really scary place to be. So what do? Well, you need to build a list of buyers. So I found out about this on accident. For years and years, people told me, build a list, have all these prospects, give away all this free stuff. And I resisted it because I thought to myself, okay, well, I'm giving away free stuff, but now what? And then when I started creating products, I started creating low-ticket membership sites, I had way better results because people would be looking for a pop-up plugin. They'd be looking for a quiz plugin, and they'd go and they'd pay $17, $27, $97 for this thing, and then that wouldn't be a way more active subscriber than that freebie seeker. Back when people commented on blogs instead of on Facebook or on social media, I got comments from all these people I recognize as my buyers. Very, very few people did I recognize for very long on webinars or on blog comments or on social media who weren't buyers. So if someone just came and opted in, subscribed to something from me for free, they wouldn't stick around long. If they paid me money, they trusted me a lot more, they paid a lot more attention to me, they were in it for the long haul. So a lot of people out there, they'll try writing a lot of stuff and they'll get bored with that. They'll move to YouTube and keep cranking out the videos on their own channel. They'll get bored with that. They'll then put out Kindle books for 99 cents and wonder why they're just getting a check for $3 every month. They'll put a course on Udemy and then wonder why they have 20 competitors for that. So the answer is to build your own site, to build your own membership site, and create lots of little offers, lots of $10, $50, $100 stuff just to see who bites. And I mean, of course, you're a marketer, so of course you have to do all the usual things like prospect and find joint venture partners and maybe get yourself set up on an affiliate network, maybe run some Facebook ads at the very least, put a pixel on your site so you can run Facebook retargeting ads, and most importantly, at some point, guest on other people's podcasts, at least one a month, preferably one a week. That way you can mention your URL again and again and just make the rounds and go to all these places and get attention onto your website. But create lots of little offers and build a buyers list. But you need to get on this fast. And here's tip number 3, get on it fast. And that means not just to start quickly, and that means not just to create that content quickly. It means get it up and running within the next few days, because you can always make the sales that are better. You can always add more videos. You can always add to the offer. But when was the last time you actually had an idea and then a few days later it was up and running and ready to sell? Imagine if you had that sort of habit of completion set up. If whenever you had an idea, within a few days, within a week or two at the most, it was a reality, and then you can test out the waters, right? Send traffic. Even if you have a small email list, send them to it. And heck, if you have a small email list and you're sociable, then ask that list some questions. Ask them to reply to that mass email and ask you some questions. Ask them to reply to the email with their phone number or that Skype address, or if you feel like, give them your phone number and close them one at a time on the phone. But there are all these opportunities out there for you to be talking one-on-one with some of your subscribers, and not, I mean, a lot of people out there aren't going to do it, and there's so many people out there to go around that even those people who are calling their subscribers, who are asking those subscribers questions in email, there's always more subscribers that even if they called them all day long, there still would be plenty more left for you. So get that membership site up and running and as quickly done as possible. Inside our Membership Cube course, we show you how to set up WordPress, how to set up Wishlist Member, and how to take payments with PayPal. That way you are up and running tonight within a few minutes. And people always say, well, can't I use Stripe? Can't I use Infusionsoft? Can't I use ClickBank? Sure, at some point, but that is a piece that you can later switch out. Get your PayPal buyers first, and then you can switch over and switch to Stripe. But many times the grass is always greener on the other side, and many times the thing that you want is going to be super complicated and have a lot of gotchas that you weren't aware of. So why not get it set up the simple way? That way you can, number one, start small. Number two, expand as you go. And number three, switch out any of the pieces along the way that you want. So people say, well, should I have this all-in-one membership site? Yes, but later on, okay? When you get to membership site number 3 or 4, after you've had some success putting out these courses. People ask, well, I always hear I need to build my list more. Should I build the list first? Well, my answer is to build the list somehow. A lot of people talk about building a list as you make that free report, put it behind an opt-in page, send traffic. But I like building a list of low ticket buyers. So you're still building a list if you're putting out something that is $10, $50, $100, maybe hooking it into an affiliate program, contacting your inner circle and saying, here you go, can you help me promote this? That's still building a list, because the people who end up buying then become your paying subscribers. And even if someone paid you $10 one time, but now they're an email subscriber on your buyers list, they're still a paid buyer. They might not be paying you month after month. But again, if you do the math, run the numbers, if the choice is between working my tail off and getting paid $10 times 3 versus working on my own terms at my own pace and then getting $200 from this person, and then in 6 months if I make another course, $200 again, that seems like less work, more money, less time put in than just killing yourself over this monthly membership site. So build the list somehow, and building a list with paid people still counts. It doesn't have to be this free opt-in stuff if you don't want it to be, although module number 3 in Membership Cube shows you how to create a free level of your membership site. So you can create your simple membership site, right? With someone pays one time, they get one thing, but then you can create a level on your membership site where you give away something for free inside the membership site. So someone can come and buy something, but someone might come to some other page and get something for free. They create an account with you, and then you say, now that you got this free thing, here's the link, the button for the upsell for the actual paid thing. Did you know that you can have one membership site and host 10, 20, 50, 100 different products, both paid and free, on that one site? The membership site is just the gatekeeper for those downloads, whether those are free downloads one-time payment downloads, payment plan downloads, or monthly forever downloads, but the membership site is just your gatekeeper. It doesn't have to be recurring. And so my question to you is, what are you doing to build your list every day? So I'm Robert Plank from membershipcube.com, and sometimes when I do these Facebook live streams, I'll have a link down there, but I've heard on Facebook that they're not always kosher with you having a link every single time, so I'm not going to do a link, but I'm still doing this live stream to build my list because I'm posting it on Facebook, on YouTube. I'll probably put it on a regular landing page, and if you follow me on Facebook, you might not see me on Facebook all the time. And even if you're one of my email subscribers, you might not always be paying attention to my emails. So this is my way of reaching out to people. And you don't have to reach out all the time, every single minute of every single day. But think about what's one thing you could do every day just to get yourself in front of more people. And if you're used to posting on Facebook all the time, maybe mix it up. Maybe contact someone and hop on their podcast. Maybe print out a few letters and send them to the physical mailing addresses of some of your clients or some of your favorite customers. By the way, in our membership site program, we include a plugin called WP Kunaki, which allows you to capture physical addresses of your customers. So someone comes to your website, they click and they buy, they fill out their details, they register a username and password, but after they log in, a pop-up box appears saying, "Hey, what's your physical mailing address? We want to send you something." And guess what? They fill that in, you get notified, you can send them a DVD, a book, a postcard, a thank you card, brownies, whatever you want, but you were able to do that because you used the right tool. And what's great about this WP Kunaki tool inside our Membership Cube course is it's optional, right? You create your membership site, you create the landing page, the button, the download area, but then if you want to add this pop-up box to send them something, you can. If you want to add drip content, if you want to add a quiz component, you can, but you don't have to. So membershipcube.com is the place to go if and when you want to create a membership site, but you want it to be simple, easy, and fast. And in the past, maybe you told yourself that it was this huge undertaking, that it was out of your grasp, and it's not. As long as you keep it simple and you take the right manageable, achievable steps to get there. And once you build something up, you can always improve it, but it's way easier to improve on something that you already built than to make that huge leap and just create something out of thin air. So if you're confused about any decisions about technology or pricing or things like that, find someone who's already successful in your niche and reverse engineer what it is they created. If you're not sure about what you're creating on a day-to-day basis, figure out what your goal is. Figure out what that 30-day course is, and then that way you can backtrack and create a simple list of what you need to make. This way, you're not stuck in the hamster wheel of, I've got to make 2 more hours of content this month. No, instead you say, I'm going to get them to this point where they're renting out a house, where they've lost 10 pounds, they have 1,000 YouTube subscribers, and then based on that end goal, here are their 4 pieces. Here are their 4 modules. Here are their 4 videos. And then it's a lot more manageable and a lot less overwhelming to just go and make that video, make that video, make that video. Cool, you're done. Now you can make the button and the landing page. And then you focus on traffic. You focus on getting more members in the door, not creating all this 2 years of content that no one's ever going to see. You focus on the marketing, the traffic, and getting new members, not on the content. Makes sense? I hope so. And finally, reason number 3, I should say, why people don't like to do membership sites is because they take too long to do it. They're too slow with it. They let it become too complicated. But the secret, the answer to that is to get your membership site set up in a day or 2 at the most. Not 1 or 2 years, not 1 or 2 months, days, hours even. Get it done quickly. Get it done in the most bare bones way possible, because you'll see that first hint of success. You'll see that your website is done and ready to take orders, and people can actually see it instead of this pipe dream that's always been incomplete, always been half finished. Who wants that? What I want is to create a site that I do quickly, that makes money right away, that I can always improve and enhance over time. So the place to go is membershipcube.com if you want to find out the steps you need, the pieces you need, the tools you need to get it all in place, so that, like we said, you want those three things, right? Start small, be able to expand, and then be able to switch out the pieces if you want to go in that direction. So membershipcube.com, where you even buy your membership software for you. That's membershipcube.com, membershipcube.com.